Okay, welcome back. And today's episode will be 2 weather satellites. I'm going to take a break until I get liquid hydrogen storage ability from doing any sort of lunar missions or any extended stay missions as well. So I've got 2. Now the reason why I've chosen these 2 weather satellite contracts, because for the first time I'm actually being asked to put a repair panel on each of them. I've not been asked that before. So when these are finished, and I mean, as long as they do get to orbit, a contract will be generated randomly for each one of these. Randomly, it may or may not. So there's a chance there could be generated a repair contract. The thing is, what box is it? At 5,500 kilometers, there's hardly likely not going to be. Although not right now anyway. I don't have the ability to get something up to 5,500 kilometers to repair a satellite, then deorbit. It's not about rendezvousing. It's the fact that it's no different than rendezvousing at any altitude. It makes no difference. It's just delta V requirements to get up to that altitude right now. Highly unlikely it would actually have a satellite at that altitude in real life being sort of serviced or repaired anyway. They'll just deorbit it. It just wouldn't be worth it. But we shall see. Alright, so the first one, I think is about the same. No, no, that one's number 3. 18.5. So it's a different, not just a different frequency, it's also a different core type. So like core mode. Same type, so obviously it's weather. Both weather satellites. Alright, so I'm going to go into the VAB. This is just purely a stopgap. These 2 missions are just a pure stopgap so I can get on and do something while I wait and see if I can. Obviously, once I've unlocked that, I need to be able to pay for it as well. It's a lot of money to pay for it. That particular node is very expensive, as it was in real life, to get Hydrolox engines working. Alright, so until I've unlocked this, paid for it, and done some sort of tests to make sure I can actually store hydrogen still. Not still, I mean as in store hydrogen, then I'm just going to concentrate on doing things I can actually do to build up my bank balance again. Because I still have some launch sites to upgrade. Australia, for instance, it's on level 2. It should have finished by now, but I haven't checked on it. I will check on it and see if it actually has. But right now we'll concentrate on these 2 weather satellites. As far as I know, they should be polar. Not polar. They should actually be polar, because weather satellites are like spy satellites. 90 degrees inclination. Well, that's that one. 90 degrees. 90 degrees, yeah. So it means north or south, basically. There's a 10 or 15 degree margin of error for each of those. That's fine. Okay, let's go into the VAB and I'll put this one together. Well, these 2 together. Okay, so in the VAB, I've been in here for about a couple of hours because it keeps locking up on me. I should really restart it, but as per usual, I try and push it a little bit too far as time is concerned. Alright, so what I've got is it's the Titan. It's my Titan 4. Takes me, it's not actually Titan 2, it's Titan 2-4. It's a Mark 4 version of Titan 2. So it's got the 4 motors on there, which you've already seen with Gemini. It's exactly the same launch as launched Gemini. Got 2 boosters, so I've got the second stage here, second core stage, exactly the same. Then what I've got, separation motors just there. They fire backwards, seen those before. But up here I've got the Agena control bus with 4 RCS controllers. thought I'd do it like this, make it a little bit more simple. And then those huge fairings of everything. So under here, if you let me remove them, I have the actual workings. So this is number 3. It's EWS, Earth Weather Satellite 3. The next one, so this is basically this one. Second. That's this one. So it's set to number 2 as far as mode's concerned in the core. And figures 11.5. The next one in the list I will configure to number 3. And the module type, and 18.5 is the frequency. So the first one up will be this one. Then I will rename this particular craft, redo this section here for the next version, and we call that 3A, because it will be 3A. It's exactly the same type of satellite, but it's just a different sort of configuration. Okay, everything else is all sorted, it's all been staged and sorted. Obviously I'm going to have to do that again. But we have the 4 antennas, 40 kilometers for each one, plus the multiplication because of it being in root mode. Repair panel, which you can open the doors on, if it lets me. Oh, right, there we go. Not like the Dangit repair bay though. A little bit more simple as far as graphics concerned. Spare part, 1 spare part. Not that I think I'll be able to make sort of rendezvous with this once it's up there. So I've got the two sets of solar panels, some tracking. They're only 100% because I need them to fit within the fairing wall. They seem to. That's fine. So I've got the light there. That's a strobe light. I'll change the modes, make it so it flashes on and off or on all the time as necessary. Weather cards I've shown you already. Hand grip. So if I do manage to get someone to it to repair it, they can grab hold of that while they access the repair bay. Obviously this is full of hydrogen for the RSS. So once it's in position, I will let the Agena motor here, I will let that go, the decoupler just there, and it'll allow this just to remain in orbit with its RCS. Should have plenty of fuel. 214.9, I mean that's a lot. And it's going to be about 5,500 kilometers in altitude, about perhaps in periapsis, so it should stay up there for quite a while. The higher the altitude, the more stable the orbit, and the less intervention need from RCS reboosters. Alright, just check that. Alright, that's those two. Always check those. For some reason it seems to reverse those. The first set of decouplers, radial decouplers, and the for some reason, I don't know why. I don't know why it does that, but it didn't do it that time. Which is strange, because sometimes when you put them there, it will reset them in somewhere up here. And other times it won't. Which is weird. Alright, so that's that one done. I can't build it here. I want to build it at either Baikonur, somewhere in the northern latitudes, or Kodiak. So it'll probably be Kodiak. I could build one at Kodiak and we'll build another one at Baikonur, or Baikonur, however you want to pronounce it, in Kazakhstan. Alright, so that's that one done. I've already saved it. It's going to take 2 days, 7 hours. I won't use this for obvious reasons, because it tends to cause things to go a bit wrong. Alright, so I want to rename this one next as 3A. Just going to save it in case. Take the fairing off again. This is what takes all the time. You can see how slow it seems to sort of 3 years later, it lets you release the part you're trying to sort of move. Alright, so it's part number 3, module number 3, if it lets me change it. There we go. It's 18.5 degree, 18.5. Yeah, so it's number 3, 18.5. Both of them are weather satellites anyway. So it's 18. Oops, nearly. Right. That's 18.5. Module type 3 and 18.5 on frequency. Don't know why it did that. Let's move the fairing back. Okay, so for this episode, I'm going to launch the first one. What on earth? Did he ask you to put it there? Don't think I did I? So this first episode of the 2 weather satellites will be the number 3, EWS 3. If that goes okay, the second, which is the 3A, which is this one we're looking at right now, will follow. The reason I'm doing that is because I don't want to tempt fate and say I'm going to launch both of them in this episode and say, oh, then something goes wrong. Also gives me a little bit more time between episodes to continue my configurations of USI's ISI. I also found some others as well which I wasn't aware of. Includes an atmospheric processor in a completely different, nothing to do with the USI. So that's something else. Sorry, that's sort of irrelevant for right now. That's what I'm working on right now. So probably an episode after the next one, I'll try some of those USI ISIU units, those materials processing units. I'll probably try those in the next episode after the next episode, so that's the next episode after the next episode, so that's like one episode after this one. Logical. Right, so let's go back outside and I'll head to Kodiak and start this build off. Okay, so at Kodiak, I've already been into the VAB and started the 2 builds off. That's the EWS 3 and EWS 3a. However, I have taken a contract for the first Molniya satellite. So that's the first Molniya orbital satellite. And that will be being launched from Balkanur. So we'll be going over there and starting the build off of the first Molniya communications satellite. So Molniya orbit is highly eccentric. Historically it was 1500, well, the first Molniya satellite, Molniya 1. Well, technically there was actually a number of failures, but the first successful one was 1500 kilometers at the periapsis and almost 40,000 kilometers at the apoapsis. And it was slightly retrograde, so that's slightly before polar. So it's slightly over. Yeah. And it was actually used as a communication system for a number of years for the USSR's military systems, communication systems, but then it was given over in 1967 to television. So a bit of factor, but that's our universe, not this one. Molniya satellite is actually useful for hovering over, almost hovering over a particular point, but not being as delta V greedy, not require as much delta V to place it into orbit as a geostationary satellite would require. So it's slightly easier, supposedly anyway. We'll see. We'll have to see. Okay, back to today. We've got 4 days, 21 hours, and 7 days and 10 hours. Just going to take a look. Do I have any other upgrades? I don't know why it keeps making that disappear. So I'm going to try. I'm going to upgrade this anyway. I need more points on the second bay. Regardless. So I'll put a few points. 16 points upgrades the first top an entire level. So I need That's gone over again. Oh, it's on to 4 days, 10 hours. Doesn't decrease it by a great deal once you've got a lot of points in. And it takes, looks like, an odd amount of points to get the second tier. 13.05. We'll put. It's exactly what I need the money for. Well, obviously not the only thing I need the money for, but it's one of the primary reasons why I need to make so much on these. Yeah, it's not going to equal amounts, is it? That's probably because this isn't. It's a bit of an odd number. Yep, 22.05 again. I can't go a little bit, so I've got the third bay now available to me. But we won't. Yeah, let's see, all those points extra in the first bay. It's only knocked off about 4 hours. From 4 days, 10 hours. So as you get higher and higher, I'm going to try and make these equal to each other. But that means that Kodiak will actually be higher in upgrades, I think, than Cape Canaveral. But you know, I do want to do some polar launches. They're not strictly required for interplanetary missions, though. You don't need polar to go interplanetary. I'll leave that 20.1. That's fine. So 22.05 and 20.1, sorry. Because we've got 4 days, 6 hours before the first launch, so we shall warp forward until they're ready. First one's ready, roll it out, and by the time it's rolled out and being launched, and then the launch pad's being refurbished, because we've only got one launch pad here. This is the correct type, isn't it? Yeah, it's fine. It's 800 tons, that's fine. They're not 800 tons. Alright, that's fine. So by the time that's been refurbished, after the number 3 has been launched, 3A will be able to launch once it's been constructed and rolled out. Okay, so that's for this. 6 hours, 6 minutes and 50 seconds. Okay, so first satellite ready, so I'm going to roll it out. Once it's rolled out, we'll head to the launch pad. What's this? Let's get rid of that. Okay, got 4 hours, 8 minutes, just over 8 minutes before it's actually ready to launch. It's going to be a nighttime launch. Oh, that's marvellous. I do require the ascending node to be as close to 99 degrees as possible. There is quite a large margin of error though for that. So we'll head to the launch pad and we'll see exactly when we can actually launch properly. Keeping in mind we need the ascending node at close to 99 degrees. Between 75 and 80 degrees would probably be best to actually sort of launch at that particular point, rather than sort of trying to adjust it once you're up there in orbit, because then it gets a little bit more tricky. Gets a lot more tricky actually. Okay, let's head to the launch pad. Okay, so I've got about nearly 10 minutes there worth of lead time. So I thought I'd push it forward, then that gives me more sort of chances to sort of sort anything out. Something goes wrong. Okay, let's see exactly what we can do in the map room, actual map view. Throttle's down. Let that section go. They should always be on. They're 400 kilometers each. So we should really have contact. It's going to be a rather short ride if I don't get contact. Never mind. We shall have to. 330 point. I won't bother with the 0.3. So I can always be wrong. So I can't stage anything either. No. I need some more polar coverage. But I've already got 2. I don't have 3 or 4. Yeah, so why are they... Oh, of course. We should have contact. Do we have power? Yep, plenty of power. So I can't delay it. Got 4 minutes. They should have staged. Oh, there we go. Right, flight computer on. Hold maneuver. In case we lose contact again. Where's the node? Where's the node? Where's the node? Wait, 3 minutes. No, it won't. It's going to be 17-hour burn, obviously. I can't waste an entire ignition on the Aegina though to find out exactly how much Delta V is, how much TWI it's got. It's got plenty though. So it's not going to be 3 minutes. Yeah, 3 minutes. It's going to be 3-minute lead time. Got 1330. Oh, miss on the. Well, it's gone on to 0.2 now instead of 0.3. Okay, so here we go. No, you haven't staged the motor, have you? Well, that's working. It's wiggling about a little bit. 2 minutes 42. I shall leave the RCS live, and I shall place it onto low power. That was close. Yeah, I need to put a number for this. Of course, those other 2 that I launched, the previous 2 sort of polar satellite comsats. They was rather close together, wasn't they, if I remember rightly? Right, so gonna do its manoeuvre, its burn manoeuvre up to about 5,197.2 kilometres. Okay, that's that manoeuvre completed. Turn off for a second. Well, not just for a second. Where are we? We've got 2,752 meters per second, or 1 minute 35 seconds. Just over 5,000, so we're slightly short. We're 15.7 meters a second short. I am not going to do another manoeuvre and use up that ignition and then try blaming remote tech, which is what I did before. Okay, let's just check some things. That's fine. That's good. A bit of electric, but the solar power should be able to cope with that. What I do need to do is turn that off. I won't turn it off just yet. 829.9 meters per second. Get about 60 seconds to burn it because you just don't know whether it's going to be accurate or not, or maybe not. I'll leave it till the actual 44 seconds. I'll believe what it's saying for now. So I'll put it at 44 seconds. So I'll give it about an hour. So it's a few seconds before the node. I'm going to wipe that off. So I can turn that off. So it's gone to 830 meters per second. Yeah, something that would be nice to have some post-burn sort of information, post-burn inclination on the orbital, on rendezvous and everything else, but it doesn't seem to sort of give you that. Information must be there because MechJeb uses it, so it must be there somewhere within the code. Okay, so it's about 60 minutes before the next burn. Okay, so we are at the altitude 4,930 on periapsis. It's just slightly under. It's not too much of a problem. I'll let this stage go. Okay, let's go to ProGrid. Okay, so we have plenty of RCS. What's really perplexing me is the fact that I still cannot move longitude of ascending node, yet during the equatorial launch I was able to move it, manipulate it quite easily. I'm going to go normal or anti-normal. We'll try normal. Gonna waste all my fuel. Okay, so I'm affecting it now. So I think if I move it around, if I sort of rotate on the axis at the bottom, it'll have to be precisely the output axis on peri-axis, but rather than the output axis on the peri-axis. But this is just to take a quick look, see if I actually yeah, so that is actually coming down. I want to go upwards, so it's actually, but this is correct at the apoapsis. So I'm going to wait till the apoapsis comes about. It's about 2 hours and 48 minutes, the best part of 3 hours, but it's best if I affect it rather than periapsis, because I'm using a lot more delta per V at the because obviously you're going a lot faster. The slowest point of your orbit is apoapsis. So that is 2 hours for a few minutes before. Let's just check this. So longitude ascending node is 186. And it's still affecting the other way. Oh, that's weird. Alright. Once I get within 15 degrees, just as before, it should be okay. It won't complete though, because it's not, again, it's not recognising the repair panel. Okay, let's try now. So I'm actually within 15 degrees. It's 14 degrees, isn't it? Actually, no, it's not. It's the other way around. 186. I need it to be coming down, not heading upwards. What am I thinking? I'm thinking of 270. Which would be okay if I could flip the apoapsis and periapsis around, but obviously I can't do that right now. And if I push them up there, so I can, any movement at all will knock them completely off where they need to be. Very awkward contracts. I'd in real life the customer would actually do this. Right, it's going to be quite a long series of manoeuvres. Okay, I want to try something a little bit different. Now, I've only got RCS, I have no main propulsion unit anymore. I don't have a seventh propulsion unit, I just got the RCS powered by hydrazine. So I've just switched modes. So forward by throttle, I've just tested it and it actually works. So you can actually operate the, so if I put the throttle on now, it will actually thrust forward using the RCS. So that is obviously, so remote tech can provide ullage, which I didn't know about. So that's something else I've learned. Right, well that seems to be working perfectly. So that's whether I'll actually have enough fuel to actually complete the manoeuvre is anybody's guess. But at least that's working. I can provide ullage. So all you have to do if you need ullage using remote tech, just right click on each RSS thruster and enable thrust forward by throttle. That's all you've got to do. Take a few more minutes, take a minute or two to complete this. Okay, a few meters per second left. Okay. Don't quite know what on earth it's doing. So it's like slightly over. Not much of a problem that. Okay, let's go minus 90. No, not even an hour. Forgot about that. Down to low power. Obviously, in this contract, it's not recognising the repair panel, so it won't complete. So I don't think it will. There's no no. There's no actual ground station to actually link up to either, which is unusual. RSS is off. If nothing else, I can actually at least sort of bounce signals off this. Right, station keeping on. No, not worth it. 0.4. The hot tower of clouds draw more and more water vapour off the ocean. This triggers a huge hurricane which is going into a Category 5 monster. Well, let's send it back then. No, nothing to be gained from that at all, not even from recovery. No, because I already recovered it, didn't we? Yep. Take photographs, activate Geiger, mullet, tube. Oh, 3.6. We've got 6 to bring back. If we can actually bring it back, but I don't think we can. We're using a different core mode. No, 3.8. So I see we're using a different core mode, but this still doesn't mean that we're getting any more signs from it. Yep, obviously. Well, that's completed that. So that's okay. So it's just a half part type repair panel. Obviously that's not going to complete by itself. It's designated equatorial orbit. Inclination of 90 degrees is not an equatorial orbit. That is north. Never mind. It is rather confused, that set of contracts. Okay, this will stay up here for a while till it runs out of fuel, which will be... I don't really know, or I don't really care, to be perfectly honest, because it's done its job. 1,000 years. 35.205. I want it to come back down now, so I'll turn the station keeping off. It serves no real purpose, but it's nice. It's a nice sort of compact satellite with its fairing over this lot, rather than having it like a massive fair, like I said in the V3a, over the entire sort of third stage. So it reduces the weight somewhat, And we've gained quite a lot of Delta V from the Agena. So I'm going to disable station keeping. What's that talking? Uploading data 5%. So that's stuck uploading data. Virginia bus guidance unit seems to be stuck. No, it's at 6%. So it's obviously very low. Yeah. Yes. Seems to be very low on bandwidth. Will it change? Let's walk forward, see if it actually changes. No. Yes, it is changing, isn't it? So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 50, 51. Oh, nearly an hour. There's only 1%. Will that continue on, I wonder, if I leave this? We'll soon find out. I suppose we can always come back. It'll still take quite a while. 1,000 years without any... Yeah, I don't believe a word that's saying right now. It says negligible. So it's still going to be 1,000 years with and without any... Okay, alright, whatever. That will probably change though. Let's head back. Right, so that's that. It's within tolerances, but obviously it's not going to complete simply because the repair panel isn't being recognised by like the iron sort of iron satellite little part. The iron scan unit isn't recognised either, and that is a mission controller 2 part as well. Okay, so back at Kodiak. Next launch will be... Gonna roll it out. Let's say a little 4 hours, 8 minutes. And that'll be EWS. But that is for the next episode. Unfortunately, this episode took so long to actually put the launch together and the actual spacecraft. I don't have time to actually do this this particular episode. This will come up the next launch. This will come up the next episode after this one, unfortunately. Because that's all I've got time for today. Yeah, but we have got, as you can see, no, not the launch pad, the cryogenics level 2 on tech. We're going to the tech tree. Alright, so what's important. Without this we can't really do much. Well, obviously we can, but it'll be a lot more difficult. So liquid oxygen lacks insulation, like basic insulation. Oh, that's weird, that. What sort of tank would actually have liquid oxygen? None. But yet liquid hydrogen it has. So we've got insulation there. Liquid hydrogen has insulation. I hope when I buy this 1,045,000. So very quickly before I actually end this episode, we're going to go into the VAB and see if I can actually store liquid hydrogen. Now if it tells me I've got the tech. If I have, then obviously that opens up a whole new area of technology and ability. Okay, send to VAB very quickly. Okay, send to VAB. Take a very quick look. Wait a second. Click on new craft. Okay, procedural tanks. That's pretty choice, doesn't support its own weight, it's got no probe core. Right, so cryogenics. That says module fuselage, balloon cryogenics. I don't think we need balloon cryogenics. We'll try and understand the cryogenics for now. Got life support there as well, but obviously, does life support? Well, I suppose fuel cells are part of life support, I suppose, but yes, we have. Liquid hydrogen. Excellent. Brilliant. So tech level 2 cryogenics is exactly what I thought. So you need to unlock both those nodes. That's brilliant. Liquid hydrogen. Obviously it will still boil off, but not only as fast. At least we can store in the second stage or even the first stage if I use enough boosters, but excellent. Alright, let's head back out. That's done. So now I can start using fuel cells as well as liquid hydrogen powered propulsion units. Let's head back out. Okay, so back outside, and that's good. Good. So that opens up more possibilities, more abilities, higher ISP engines as well. Okay, so that is the end of this episode. So next episode will feature the Earth Weather Satellite 3A. It'll also give me a little bit more time between episodes to finish those configs off that I was doing from the USI ISIUs, and also found some others, as I said earlier in the episode, which aren't part of USI. But there's an atmospheric extractor, which is quite interesting. Also water splitter, which takes water and produces liquid hydrogen and oxidizer, very strangely. So I'm going to change the oxidizer to liquid oxygen. So obviously there's something wrong with that config, so I'll do that by hand. There's quite a few like that as well, quite a few parts like that. Right, so that's the end of this episode. So hopefully if you'll enjoy this episode, please hit like and share with your friends if you wish to. Any questions or comments, place them in the comment section. If it's a pretty sort of complex question you may think I may be able to help you with, then you may want to message me instead of just leaving a comment. I don't get alerts for comments, but I do for messages. So if you leave any comments, I may not even see them, because I'm getting quite a lot of comments now. So that's just a little bit of extra information. Okay, so we have Google Plus, obviously. You can't have a YouTube account without Google Plus. For some reason, Google don't like you to interact with anyone without an account on their system. Alright, so we have Twitter and we also have Facebook. You see the link to all of those websites on the banner on the front page. Alright, so don't forget to subscribe for more automatic updates for this and other playthroughs I'm actually going through right now. Okay, so once again, thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. It's going to get interesting now. It's going to get very interesting. Alright, so I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.